I think we need platforms like this where people can express or yeah, and I've been trying to talk with about PhD, even masters or honor students or like you've been learning for a long time. We less banning wabo and waron you want to further your studies. Or if Babanjo they just changed their like the department more engineering or better mechanical, electrical, But asking them or why? Nah, I want a branch. Yes, we can see you on a branch, but you want to know the real reason. Yes, already.
You can't just change.
You can't just change
into branch.
That's why I go varsity. Whenever you, when I go varsity, when you see someone that's 35 or 33, not because of that, they didn't like school when they were young. They actually went through life, so they need papers. Then come on. Then that discrimination that's happening, what lasting or come on. Okay, man, uncle. Yes, come on, uncle. Or some music as uncle or man. Go to them, ask for help.
The youth of this country are facing a lot of problems right now. What used to work before doesn't work the same now. And the youth have no platform to go and find answers. This is what this platform aims to solve. This platform called the Youth Playbook.
So today I have someone, well, we've known each other since primary. He was a grade above me, and somehow throughout life we ended up now being in the same varsity together. And another thing that ties us together is that we went to different schools, but those schools were technical high school, so that's another thing that adds on. So it's funny how life turned out. But that's my guest today.
My name is Tlotlo Tlala. Yeah, I'll call myself a freelancer, mostly focused on academic and sports. And yeah, I was actually ntwana wa dibuka fela, and then I actually ventured in sports and actually found I actually have the love in it. So yeah, that's a short brief of myself.
Okay, so I think one of the reasons maybe we stayed connected is that we were split in the sense that we did schoolwork and then we also did sports on the side.
Yeah.
So how has that journey been for you?
Man, the journey has been like a roller coaster, but actually fun. More ups, I'd say, and the downs were actually downs. But yeah, actually picked myself up. So as I said, like buga, stuff like that. But I find myself, or I feel free whenever I do sports. I feel like it's more expressive to do sports, but mixing the both is actually quite interesting. Like you actually get to know yourself, how you connect with other people, the social space, and yeah. And the book side, academic, yeah. I would say got better everyone I have a scale, because I mean I'm here because of school. I would say that the base. And yeah, and the support system also counts. Family dynamics that then. And the brass. So actually rekindling lements you actually get to have that sense or and find yourself or dinta. And yeah.
So naga kupola lese negele primary na le skolo mara na le regere soccer.
Soccer, sure.
Regere soccer. So ritsi soccer, ritsani ka soccer. So regere soccer. Mara how tlala soccer or it's the back of the mind and then dream yana kitloba I think it's like in a Premier League player, best player Ronaldo, Messi type.
Sure.
So then think now we are running, ne?
Yeah.
So how's that transition from going to ball like a dream club, a Premier League player to realizing that the dream is not
okay? All on Tanaka you like the love of football is already there, like the environment, stuff like that. So yeah, I'll try ball, and some people spot you or like you actually have those attributes of running, which they saw me as a middle distance run. Then eventually I transitioned to a long distance run. So at first you would fight yourself or like rata ball, but I get more accolades go long running. And then as people like recruit you, push in places where you never thought you would see yourself, then eventually I've accomplished more running than this. But the love of ball is all day. But running, I mean, Okra love a bayada because I mean the performance equals. So I feel like sports is more a performative thing to do more than academics, but it's actually easy to transition within sports than academics. So I think that's why I felt like space ada.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, utlareking ka sports that throws you in yako era context yaka, because for me, it's like sports was my space to be alone.
Yeah.
Kari. Nalidi buka mara. How can you express?
Yeah, like academics more reject. Like more one. Sports is true, like the people, I would say that. The appreciation you get from people, the support also, and also the thing that counts more is going to the event or the venue, how you prepare yourself. You get to understand that you need to sleep, you need to prepare the day before. And academics, nice, so like you're not to prepare 7 days before. So the patterns are not the same. The regimes are not the same. So sports even though we you can meet up with people there and then just like and then make ends meet, and eventually everyone will be equal. Academics side, the concept some people already were privileged, some abana same. So going to varsity, you actually like competing skills, with the AutoCAD and the Excel. You can see one as a but that's why I actually introduced myself into mentorship side, because some people are not willing to lend a hand. And right now, like if you want to next door, just like go school, two good testing. You can see pain, but I mean, varsity is a different social space. Everyone came with their own goals there. Forgetting helping someone. What if mama hai go that sector get something?
The one you want.
Yeah. So sport already, that thing is already a base, already there. Or you need to help someone, and eventually little feet like that. Academic side, that's why I get more reject, and the regime is too tight. So yeah, I feel like we must have some few changes, and not change it too much. Like sharp, like maybe have road shows, stuff like that. Yeah, but also it costs money. So yeah, maybe we'll see what it's about.
You mentioned something about mentorship, people wanting to lend a hand in varsity. Why do you think that happens? How do you think it happens? What's the thinking behind, or from what you've seen, what happens? Why do people act like that? And
at first, I think everyone can be a mentor. Can be a mentor to any first year student. So the issue starts when Vava. Yeah, then people will check the market, notice worry. So I'm gonna just use obvious. We have two varsities. So it's UP and TUT. So people, what we'll do again is you have the resources and everything. Then whatever market they were UP 350, for example. People there, they're already privileged. So 350 is not a lot.
Yeah.
So when now you go TUT, you charge half price, let's say 180. And then you think will actually pay that price. But not for a long time. One disadvantage. Already three feedback compared to one amokasi, like I get one food bag. So I get okay, people are rude, sharp, but the faces are still the same compared to before they have achieved that thing. So that's why I interpret. I would say like motor mentor you pay that price, and then you actually expected or mutola go a certain goal like 70%. And Mara, the value of the money is not equal to the marks that you thought you're gonna achieve.
Okay.
Yeah. So the tutoring, mentorship, everything it's on point.
Okay, so it's like then let's say I'm a student who gets 40-50%, and I want to get to 70%.
Yeah.
And then ask for a mentor, and then he says, let's say 350, 175.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
180 rand per month.
Okay,
Yeah.
180 per month.
Yeah.
But then, so let's say it's 180 per month, I pay that 180, but then I end up getting, so I was 50, now I get 60. but then I was promised like 70.
70. So
So that's
they didn't live up to the expectations.
Okay.
So obviously, Komafelong, it's on you, right? Yeah, coach go fa di call at no fielding wa tlala, but so that mentality eating, but the problem is the pricing. So that's why I integrated in the space. So I started off like I only had the civil group as buddies, like we were like
Okay,
8.
so this thing you're talking about, like,
Yeah,
what is it? And
Yeah. Also, the thing that I'm doing is more like it's a group discussion meeting in a way. So I started off as meeting with my classmates and going through the work together.
so let's say the teacher gives you assignment, and then you say, guys, let's
come together and
Yeah.
yeah. Also, I won't dispute this or the power of AI. It also helps. It's like AI so so get the overview, study guides. Just want to know more guy and where we're heading. So that's the power of group meeting or group discussion meetings. You guys are not actually covering the whole syllabus, but you actually know where you're heading, like the topics and
So
chapters.
let's say in that time we have in a semester, let's say we have 6 units.
6 units.
And then we say today we'll cover unit 1, or today where are we today? The lecturer is on unit 2.
Yeah.
Let's say in unit 2 there's like 211, there's like 2.1 up until 2.5.
Yeah.
So today as a group we'll cover
we're gonna do an overview. So understanding
whole unit.
Yeah, let's just use probability for example.
Okay.
I'm gonna there's discrete, there's continuous,
Yeah.
there's binomial and stuff like that. So obviously lecturer ka jo cover discrete and continuous. So never feature bras I wanna test it in 4 weeks time. Are create overview or dinta.
Discrete and
discrete, binomial, any type of probability. Then we'll gather YouTube link videos.
Okay.
And then from this YouTube link videos, let's attach that links with the lecture notes. Because we can't study without an anchor. So we treat lecture notes as anchors. So we can't actually summarize lecture notes because already the book.
Yeah.
So if you summarize our lecture notes, you're actually just rewriting the notes, meaning you're rehearsing or some more creme. But actually, check out lecture notes and some type of videos. Sometimes you might find a video that's related to the lecture notes, or a video actually your YouTube lecture videos that actually covers the textbook that you guys are using. So coming together, you do that and check. So this method, like YouTube links and lecture notes plus some past papers, usually it's guaranteed that you're gonna get 60. Usually, the flop of not getting 60 is maybe the exam was set up like a Bible feel, right? Sometimes Bible, but yeah, like we set up so stuff like that. Yeah, and I won't say varsity is the same as high school. You can help, like I can mentor people and mutuaga feature 80, but now it's possible on gas feed because what the method that you're using, and sort of like a smart person being lazy.
Okay.
You get it,
Yeah.
Because we're trying to be
so it's like I understand the content.
Yeah.
I can teach you,
but then when it comes to me,
I don't want to revise. Okay.
Yeah. So now it's I actually learn through people. The more I help, the more I pass. But if I can nagili one, yeah. So that was actually the thing that it was the main drive. Like just create group discussion meetings, meet people, tell about yeah, sometimes you're gonna rub shoulders with some people because I mean we're human. Some your method you're using it wrong. I mean, if you feel wrong, then you can
tell me the
you can I want correct me. If you're gonna correct it, then and then group chat to me for prase 80. Eventually, someone gave me an idea or create a group chat since you don't have that group chat like this civil engineering for all first and third year. So But danki leweheng for that idea. So yeah, and then come together. Third years, we're gonna help first years. So right now, people are scared of like, I feel like they're scared of mentoring people. That's why the group say like, it seems like I'm the only one talking. But there's some people who are playing privately. Like the direction that you on, I feel like you're going too far. So like for example, if you check the latest messages, that are mechanics. So I shared the I think it was the
What do they mean by you going? Okay, so you started the group for civil,
for civil.
and then from there you said that I'm gonna do this for all engineering.
Yeah,
So
yes.
like electrical that I'm doing, mechanical, mechatronics, and so on. So
Yeah.
now there's a group for everyone.
Yeah.
So for all engineering students,
Yeah.
each of them have their group. So if I'm a first year electrical, I can get into the group and then ask for help from third years
Yeah.
to help me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like Motaro, like you're going too far. It's more like not the thing that you're sharing are not reliable. So meaning it's either you're covering a chapter too far or you're jumping to the next chapter without us understanding the chapter.
Okay.
I can see if it makes sense.
Yeah. So it's like so it's like we're still understanding unit 2, but you're on unit 3.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So now I'm turning to a lecture, meaning I'm more stressed about the structure of like harfism, forgetting or there's some people behind. So like you actually need to have that mentality. Like yes, we can go forward, but if maturity is around, then I mean there's no strength there, there's no clue in between. So yes, they can voice out, but sometimes if you feel like you guys have been slacking off, then push up, but don't forget about them.
Okay.
You never know the person behind. What if mama has been in that sector?
So you've created a group where people can come and say that I need help with this, help with this,
guidance,
help with that.
Yeah.
Then how do you balance then students that, let's say, because you do find that sometimes you have students who aren't.
This is a great question.
So how do you balance that? Because another thing is that culture-wise, the ones who want to do the work often are the loudest, but they're also the ones who
quiet,
who control the who can easily make the culture go
away.
bad,
yeah. So that's why I introduced that's why I gave private tutors a license of like advertising themselves in that group. So if the people like that come, like Mukrupu, those private tutors, they usually text me in more private. Like I've noticed that you're repeating the same thing over and over again. Like, can you just refer this kid to me and now we'll just teach them? Obviously, they charge. Then I get ring. No, like, yes, I'm giving you a license, but you can actually post that thing. I can flop. That's why, like, private tutors, they actually, like, one favor anyway, because groups like the committee, so TUT, you're not allowed to do that because they're a committee and they have their own tutors.
So what you're doing is you're creating like a market for them to advertise.
And a hub.
But then on that, now that we've touched on tutors and that they want payment, let's say like as a third year student, obviously now time is running and you also need money. So obviously now you want to say that I want to get paid. And the easiest way is to say I want payment for my services. But then now we're also dealing with the situation that students most of the time don't have money.
Now mostly I love like creating nodes. That's already step one. Okay, let me just use one example. High school. Let's say we're doing trouble. So I would actually write all the theorems and then do one example for each theorem. So that those nodes is send. I mean, so if a kid has understanding from those nodes, okay, I enough flop. Like if you need my help, like personally from na, because I would actually like try to put
there's
you
notes
to every.
For free.
There's notes for free, and then there's tutors for that. But if you want my personal like help, how much can you afford? But not from my side. Usually, I would prefer 60 rand like per session. But if a student that can afford 30 rand, I mean, we're here to learn. Then like sharp, 30 rand sharp. Because eventually I know how I would set out myself in that space because I know that 30 rand eventually they're gonna come back and then it will pile up to that 200 rand by charger.
Okay.
Yeah.
The way you're doing things, you're touching on something that is, say, different from
Yeah.
okay, the unity wise, touching on something that is it's not the university.
Yeah.
From what I've like, we go to think as South African kids, we go to varsity thinking it's gonna be
Yeah, like
USA.
utopia.
It's gonna be like a utopia.
Yeah.
It's going to be there's gonna be groups for this, groups for that, and like everything will be there. There'll be
roadshows.
The way we think about it's gonna is the way we see it in the American media, but it's not like that.
Different.
And touching on now unity, where now you started this group where now it's as a first year, I know where to get access to information, where to get what I need.
Yeah.
Let's say if I need something, if I need help, if I need this and that. Those aren't, as when I was a first year, those weren't things that were there. Right. And then my question or my slight problem is that what happens when you go away since you started? What's your dream? And what happens when you go away? Because it's not, what you're doing is not normal. It's not how students,
it's not a rule for students.
You're right. Because even with me, it was get in. Actually, this is what happened to me. I got in varsity and then I was looking for groups, looking for this, looking for that. Then after some time, you just give up. Like after
the energy is not there.
It's not, the energy is not there, but then also it's like, it's not worth it anymore. So you just give up after like first semester.
Yeah.
And then you go, then now you start focusing on your things, your life and things. So then with this, now you brought this program and it's helping students.
Yeah.
But now what happens when you go away, or how are you?
Okay, now like,
but also say this not from a TT perspective.
Yeah, from my side.
But say also from a, let's say someone's in UP, UJ.
Oh, yeah.
They also
like
want
more
to start something like that. How do you do that in a varsity?
I feel like as a person, like you need to see where you're from, where you came from and where you're from. So we actually need more of just use the word lighthouse. Someone that can just beam lights for the decapitated ships. You don't know without lighthouse. Ships
they
can.
They don't know direction.
Yeah, there's no direction. The ships can go to their ports and stuff like that, but some will crash because they can't see what's happening. So now become a lighthouse. Just like from those groups, I can get like 3 students by guide. I guess staying. Obviously, study civil engineering. I've been crying for like maybe 2 mechanical students by guide because now I'm not in the space. I don't think I know it's the modules that we share together. Yeah, some would help and get tired. So it's more like, do you actually want to do this or not? Yeah, like the motivation's not there, guys. Like helping people just randomly is not there. The motivation. Yeah,
okay, but let me put it like this then. Because then I feel like even the way you're thinking about it now, it might die away.
Yeah.
So let's say, because let's say from your point of view or from what I'm getting, it's like I want to do this because this is how I also learn. I'm helping myself and I'm helping. But then the way, from what I've seen, the way varsity is specifically, I think.
Yeah, eventually,
it's just, there's no, I can start something, but you need to do something for a very long time for it to gain traction because everyone is just focused in their own thing, in their own bubble. I think also the status, like everyone wants to look a certain way or feel like there's that status thing or like ego thing that prevents a structure like this from happening or getting created.
I feel like a lot of things now, like malfatting, they are monetized. So a lot of people, they have the drive and everything to do what I'm doing now. The problem is a lot of things are monetized. So it's only to the dog. You actually need to pay to get access of those papers. And AI, to get those powerful engines, you need to pay. So I feel like a lot of people but okay, yes, but they check, they pay for those subscriptions. But sharing with someone, I feel like they're gonna be exploited. Or now I'm paying, you're not paying, but I'm providing papers for you. Oh. So what will happen if I'm not there? My dream go to a lighthouse and find people who actually wanna help. Not mutayare ego plays a part. If I ira Spanish for 3 months or glory can say no, like just do it. Like remove scale like fail. And I want remote UT already bag food. Like there. So just have that in mind. Oh, Paul or from different backgrounds. Someone is from the same place as you. No one go Soweto, no one go for Soraras. They had the hope go on. So by just giving him that one question paper, that one. It's not enough for preparing for an exam, but it creating our guidance. We don't okay how the paper is how's the paper formulated. Okay, structure, question one, so. But by just holding to those papers, like it's just panelo pasuli one, but also repeat the mang. Also repeat the one. Yes, people what born. I understand or graduate then must repeat the one only one. But after that, also repeat the lemang because there's a thing called graduation party. You can't just invite people who want every day. You need to invite people who once graduated. You know, actually understand the value of that day. When you invite about 2% understanding, because it's one in a thousand most Africa. Babaranda there. Yeah, true. In a long run, yeah. I mean, it's a burning fire. Eventually, malakala alo fail. So we need people who can actually stand up and say, yeah, true. Yeah, nagete. I mean, varsities like that's why I'm using 2 examples. Tax gratuity. Tax have finally like they have that sector of like funding students to just come up and become mentors. Then mahala, but they actually get paid. Like Motuti King UDCP. But I say that doesn't cater for a lot of tutors. Margo UP is like it's big, sure, like big. So we actually need something like that to go to UT, but I want to hurry. So the mandates and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. So you've touched on things like everything is monetized.
Yeah.
And then in places like UP, they have the funding and the structure.
Yeah.
So as a tutor, it's easier for you to say that I'm gonna get paid for this service that I'm doing. So then it's something I can pick up. So touching on the monetization, I think one thing maybe that's killing us as a generation, right, is that you're right, everything is monetized and everything is money. But we can't run away from the fact that these things, for us to build something, it takes time.
Yeah.
So how do we look at developing a structure that doesn't focus on money? And then this is also playing into, this is just maybe something for you to think about, is that how do we develop a structure that is focused on relationships, building relationships? Because I think now it's not just about money, but it's about building relationships, not just within
amongst
not just among students,
yeah,
but students into industry. Then, you know, let's say as a mentor, you're getting access to people who are in the industry.
Okay.
And then you build that bridge in essence. So, you know, then if you become a mentor through this, you get access to someone. It's like I can be a third year, but while being a third year, I can also speak to someone who's in the industry, then they can help me and what things I need to do, what things I need to do here, what things. So just building that bridge to say that that's maybe something to think about.
Yeah, I think it more depends on the community that we create. And right now, like everyone in a household, okay, I'm just assuming, or it can be like Renale Mutwats in varsity, regardless of what courses they did, like Mama how really medicine, on data accounting. So in a household, you actually have at least a person who experience a varsity lifestyle. So building that relationship amongst the students and whatever we actually need to meet go social space also, just like go to skiing, botanical gardens. Just enjoy, have some like really sharp, and then so meaning we need to have time of team building and now go the book. So I feel like the only thing that's missing between the students, among students and stuff like that, there's only seminars. I think it's more balanced. It's 50-50. They talk about those aspects, and then they eventually have those finger on to around like those small foods and how was your journey and stuff like that. So I think we need platforms like this where people can express or like ba fitlhile bjang kwa baleng wa bo. Yeah, and yeah, integrating to the sector, it's that space
I
now.
think that's another
Yeah,
problem,
that
actually.
one.
I think maybe that's also maybe another reason why you want to get money is
Yeah.
because you know it's difficult once you're done with varsity.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why it's the reason why some of our lectures, I think one of electrical, he will tell you hore, who graduate got his PhDs, I sector. Eventually they said I wanna be a lecturer. But they'll never tell us the full story.
Of what
Or
happened.
why did he choose to be a lecturer while having a PhD? So I feel like that space, that one is very complex, and I feel like it's too soon for me to just dive in it because I've been trying to talk with about the PhD, even masters or honor students or true. Like you've been learning for a long time. We less banning wow and Warren, you want to further your studies. Or if Babanjo, they just changed their like the department more engineering, or aksanyo better mechanical, you're electrical, But asking them or why, nah, I want a branch. Yes, we can see you on a branch, but we want to know the real reason. Yes, already
You can't just change.
you can't just change.
into branch.
Is it the love? Did you lose Uralang? And obviously, to lose or want a burning fire, for that fire to stop, something happened. Someone put water on it, or you put water on it, or you just decided, one get one, true, and irela Muslim Bidoriga after metric. You need to decide now, or am I venturing in the sports or academic, or you take a grey line as I took a grey line. So many I'm undecided, but still the years are catching up. So the sports side, I would say, I'm left 1 year, 2 years to just play around. Then after more, you need to decide what do you need. So I feel like that's why a lot of people change these department of like their departments in engineering because of Babo or K. I've taken a grey line, safety zone, obviously, mechanical, cafe, but it's going to be a robot. Wabona, it's a robot, or I bet I'm fella, Yamuchin. How can I bet I need traffic light? So we need to go electrical.
So it's like you're doing mechanical to decide what you want to do.
Oh, tapos about why nah, just wanna finish. Yeah.
So it's like you don't want to do it, but family pressures at home.
Yeah. That's why in black communities, Joe, the support system. Because I've been in a white predominant school where like assembly Africans, like he didn't really say.
Touching on that, actually,
Oh. Joe, white people, guys, you like
okay. So I remember I just remember this. We were in primary.
Yeah.
I was in grade 6, we were in grade 7. HTS came to our school, did an assembly,
spoke to us
and said that it's in a fully African school, but then they want
more English students.
Yeah.
Then we were actually
became the first black students
or
in that
basically
year.
the first students who were doing English home language.
Yeah, who were doing English. So in that school, you were the first. You were the first group of
English home language.
Yeah, English home language learners.
Yeah, so meaning Rena, whatever grade we were starting, we would open new textbooks, fresh from the pack. Yeah.
How was that experience?
At first, like you become shocked. Or there's things called grade meeting, like the grade 8 meeting every week. So there's assembly and there's grade meetings where like
The grade.
yeah. So meaning but I'm build that culture. Yeah, at first, like like no ya kwale bathe yeah, top 5, yeah, sharp mara. So yeah, you get familiar with the faces or
Then it was,
grade 8, okay, stuff like that. But actually issue yung happy have ngayon assembly. Straight Africans. Straight. You can report at your parents or and their reasoning go the school name is written in Afrikaans. So so that's why I also had an idea of a lot of students go tax file like taxi racist or vets people like experiencing that side or like not all by racist, like we got it like that. Like it was a white university and we came. So we need to integrate. Not all we need to bend our backs. No, like yes, it's like going to go bapedi intro. A white person go to bapedi. Just at Africans. No. Understand bail.
okay.
I want to get familiar with the space.
You can't come to someone.
Yeah, and just change.
Yeah.
You can go to a household and then what you said or no, it could be a white that's no could be a red. No. So that's where we actually side the first English student. Yeah, like we had all the activists thing signing petitions. Now we sit on the side. Hey guys, now as long as I get my textbooks and I finish my work and I got to get bull and get sharp. So I can tell you involve on the politics, which varsity behind eventually they wanna include you in the committees. And there's not I don't take it to signing. There's always fine prints. There's always something you're missing. And by signing already you are tied with that paper forever. Depends on how many years or yeah, so going back to high school, yeah, it's a white first you need to just integrate. So now the bullying like yes, they will throw those slur words. I mean, right, they wear those like apartheid certificate flags just to provoke you. Like it's like a ring or on your side, but they are but you just need to withstand that pressure. Or you came to a white predominant school, those things we're gonna face them. Yes, we're gonna crash us some more. So now luckily, I just
how did you do with that? Because
greeting, Joe. I want a greeting. Yeah. Greeting. At first, yeah, okay, good day. And then eventually goeiemorgen, goeiedag, goeie aand. You just greet them. Then after greeting, you include how are you? Hoe gaan dit? And then sharp. And the shield for me throughout high school or why as I've never experienced any racial like prejudice, whatever. It's because of like I perform high school, so white people were like the credit but performative. Like, yeah. The more you perform, the more you get the credits for one. You get the credit or it's the credit or whatever. So yeah, eventually ba bona gore D-boy Joanna mathata. But obviously, I itse gore go side one of the brass. Mara mo bona it's ha di mana mathata. Mara the brass ba le clash. So now whenever I would distance myself. Not to run away, no. I would just be on the side. Ke bona hore la. So re o nyiwa. Ke khone itse gore ke really, yeah. So I think that's how I survived high school. But yeah, the clashes they are during our.
But then say you weren't someone who was cool, who wasn't like a top student.
Yeah. You struggle a lot. So I have a friend who actually went through that transition. Like they would fight, and then some fights you can see he didn't do anything, or he would chill, fail, and then they just provoke him. Maybe take his bag, or just in jail. Yeah, so he actually went through the transition to a point where he like really self introspect what I want to like ntho ebile belang e ngodisitse like skela se se ngodisitse he reached to that point. But some babanjo like to this day Joe, like whenever you mention a white person the only ntho e ba nyakang fela ke workplace, nothing social. So they don't want to see themselves with white people anymore because of the experience.
Touching on, because now I'm trying to see, is that like a high school experience or is it specific to a racial? Because there is, let's say, as someone in primary, let's say grade 7, it's in the back of your mind. You think about bullying and trying to make sure it doesn't happen to you. So is it like a racial thing or is it?
I feel like already good household do we have our beliefs or go ahead know how do they see that those issues beforehand. So from my side, Nabatsodi Bagajo, they actually support like getting to know the other side. The other side. Like why is it like a white day or a person who tennis? Just know the other side. What's happening in the other side? And obviously some people came from like families that believe in prejudice and being biased or all black people love soccer, all white people love rugby. So already if you come with that mentality to a social space, yes, it too sorry to go to the next step. Yeah, too. You get to get that because we are majority of battle rugby. But what about battle and cricket? So in the other side game, like just get in there and just be curious, just be like a little kid. I wanna my sweet man, yeah. So. At first, it would appear like I would say, but eventually you are the one who's gonna gain more knowledge than them. You will even know body LBW go cricket, and you know a lot of people don't know LBW game. Yeah, but already if you have if you're not there prejudice and bias, you never get to that point. You will never get to that point. Because if you throw LBW, it would no it's
Like before weekend.
no.
Did you play? Okay, so in primary I played cricket.
Yeah,
Did you play? Did you
I
end up playing
played
cricket?
2 years, but I'm fortunate that I have an uncle who actually played cricket.
Okay.
Yeah, explain the white ball or he dumpos or so. Then that's why you use LBW because that one like you can see it, like even the technology wants what's happening, but sometimes it'll hit the leg, mara still nothing's happening here. Some look at skiing, like offside. Usually, offside there must be 2 players. I get it's a keeper. The one replacing keeper, defender, and then the player mustn't pass defender. So that's a normal offside. But what happens if the keeper is like if the keeper alekwa? Or people worrying, oh no, if there's one defender then I know it's offside. That there must be 2 people. Obey. How? So there must be 2 defenders. If there's no keeper, there must be one line. So you won't reach. So I'm just using sports as an analogy to understand or you
need
can
to go to the other
academic.
side
Yeah,
to
need to go to
understand.
other side to understand. Or why are people more faster go track than road? Why most people now, as we speak, they love road running than track, but track is faster than road. Comfort zone. By track more like you gonna after fate or sorry flu what is after finishing you're gonna get muscle twitches, knees. So you can like track is more you're gonna become an injury prone go track then. Same as anything. The other side, Joe, like get to know the family a lot, Joe. Why is that family thinking like this? Why is that family why was I believe more scale? Just understand the other side and you're gonna get the full picture. So usually like people who grew up in I love calling them elites, where like a parent earns 100K upwards. A parent, so meaning able to 200K. So you can see that household already, but almost 2.5 million in a year. But the kid after matric, I varsity. So their belief system, that kid needs to break the system. Ramofanda, he must study his own thing or her own thing, maybe catering. And you'll be shocked, a lot of people, there's parents who actually survive through catering. That the market grew to a point where they even catered for celebrities who are sharp. And then obviously after 10 years, now they need papers now. Went back to school at the tender age of 30 maybe. Then 3 years, bye. So that's why I go varsity. Whenever you, when you go varsity, when you see someone that's 35 or 33, not because of that, they didn't like school when they were young. They actually went through life so hard. They need papers. Then come on. Then that discrimination that's happening, what lasting or come on. Okay, man, uncle. Yes, come on, uncle. Or some music as uncle or man. Go to them, ask for help. But obviously, bahana ke bana so ra go moholo right kala no TUT 9 years kana le teng ka fees must fall. But eventually doing those jokes eventually you reach that person. I will go in. Then you just closing the gate and the people who are actually laughing with you bo misleading because ke bona ba le kopelang thuso no. So ke ntho lang. I think maybe it's like another day or I guess if you have enough time, the Gosiame mentality thing, that's what's happening eventually. The instigators are the ones who always prosper. And then the jokers, we're gonna stay there.
Let's touch on then. How did you get this jacket? I think it'd be criminal if we didn't mention the jacket. So how did you get this jacket that you have?
AFCON 2019, yeah. AFCON 2019. Around 2019, yeah, I was one of the top players. So eventually what happened is better September and engine tournament, it happens July, like the winter. So I was underage. So yeah, coaches babu the boy.
So what is then? Okay, so there was an AFCON 2019, which is a full
AFCON 2019,
which is a senior team thing.
Yeah, I think
for soccer. And then what is the engine tournament?
Oh, usually during the AFCON like seasons or World Cup seasons. Yeah, like the calendar year FIFA or SAFA. There's many tournaments, and obviously
as in youth development.
Youth development, and the coaches obviously they're on the high horses, that but you can even feel or know the tournament this year, So yeah, engine tournament they usually really every year, but specifically the edition mostly the FIFA or AFCON calendars, it's more like heavy. So I want to underage stuff like that, but I want to D-boy, I want to your energy is down. I was okay, boy, it's all the stuff. And then just give us a certain amount and I'm gonna give it to you. And obviously, they appreciate stuff like that, like discounts. Cost us a lot of money. The person who said failure move a bribe package to sharp. So that's how I got them. People think what I once played for. I never played for, guys. There's always need to break a class. Like not level setting, same as running like long distance. Breaking that 35-minute 10K.
So you mean like breaking the glass in quality, or what do you mean by breaking the glass?
Okay, a lot of people who usually break that glass, they've been in the space for like 10 years, usually.
So breaking the glass would be getting selected for the
nationals.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is now at the youth level.
Youth level. Then now obviously youth level, and then there's regional, regional district, obviously.
Yeah.
Then there's provincials,
and
then there's national. A lot of people refer to provincial.
Mm.
So I feel like provincial, when you enter that space, okay, now enter like a cross country. So the feeling there, like you can see your job fast, like you can everything is different compared to regional way, like nabone can change anytime soon. National job also like quite demand is also included with athletics, like like that person is there, like that doesn't mean I should every time the goal of Katasemenya is to get to nationals. So automatically go athletics all day. So if after nationals, it's a bad season for you. When not to get to provincials, it's outstanding. Same as good Kalazarian. To get to provincial, it's a big thing. But to get to regional, we need to break regionals. Like with the cluster. Breaking cluster going to provincial, but getting on to international. So national Joe, I would say, because a lot of people want to stand the sprinting mostly. Joe, you need to run like sub 10. Not the horror you need to not saying that you need to run sub 10 to get there. No.
Sub 10 is under 10 seconds.
Qualifying, 10 seconds, 100 meter. Qualifying time, you need to run 10 seconds. So meaning when you train, why you train not 10 seconds. But nale qualifying time, then nale obviously maybe on that season, maybe 5 people only broke that 10 per year. Then the last 8, maybe get 10,1 or 1. But eventually it's around 10. So if you know Rushana 10-8 and they select you apparently because people who are injured or something, when you get to nationals, you can see you're Praga. After 1 second to go 100 meters, you guys, it's like 10 meters. I say 1 second to get 10 meters. Oh yeah, I want to be Kenyan, but it's long. You want to gap gap. 1 second to die there. And now imagine 2 seconds, no, which is regional base, 12 seconds. Just run sub 12. Then why it's already okay. Regional, to put it in a simplest way, sorry. It's okay. Si va recho, kemang ale brainega sprinting, super way. Ki regional like then provincial space, ke hoya would build the stadium or any stadium around. Oh, it's demand pilar. That's provincial level. And then nationals are usually you see them training alone. They have their time periods or show like I'm only training at 12. Hey, national athletes, so you feel like they're cheating the game, but Maradona have already went through those phases. They built the base phase, building base, taper phase already. No, plateau, no. So the more they train, the more it becomes slow on their side. That's why I get the other side. The more you train, the more faster you get. The more they train, the slower they get. Or eventually they need to just change events, or I'm no longer 100 meter run, I'm 200 meter run. That's why I don't know the off season. That's where you need to rediscover yourself.
How did you get into all of this?
The running and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I had one teacher. Yeah, okay, she saw me playing the ski and all this kind of sports. So in grade 8, I would say I actually played all sports. All male
Which
cold
sports?
Hockey, soccer, athletics. Okay, not chess I see it as a sport. I don't know about other people. So I actually played all sports except rugby. So you think people don't see you, but they actually you get recognized. Camera evening, we heard already. You did all sports except rugby. Why don't you take that energy and put it to cross country? Now is a catch. Now you think, when you go to cross country, you're gonna have that same but like okay, cross country will be like a +1 on that, but it won't. It would you other 2 sports because it consume more energy.
Yeah.
Get there, go to one event because I think we went to what school it's ran
This is when in grade 8.
grade 9, 2018. So it's the following year after the marriage evening, whatever. Yeah, you get top 100. What was actual? I just like you recognize or top 100. Yeah, sharp. I get it. When you run or I think I was almost 72, 75. But there's like
What is that? So 7.
so like 250 runners and I was 72.
Okay.
So 71 were in front of me. So Coach Laring, Arajo is 72, but you're not 72 in your division.
Okay. So you're just running in general.
Yeah, in general. So meaning not division as age, yeah, this age plays a part because hopefully I'm in grade 9 and then there's grade 8 and then there's stream A, stream B, stream C. So stream A where the boys high. So I would say stream A the private school fail. Stream B the langis. So schools where like is a government the
Public, but like
yeah, high. Yeah. And then there's us. More you would get kids, they get those subsidized school fees. Instead of paying 10,000, mapatala 2K. Oh, yeah. So what was Oricho? Do you know like you're in top 15 at your region? Bro, top 15, okay. No, lenyagang. Or no. Like top 15 ka first race how? Why do you mean and that? Oh, no, understand. Like I don't know, I'm just running. Top 15, just now work on your training and then fight for top 6 on your region. Then we so top 6 again. It means like provincial trials. Get a top 30. Because more top 30 hope like age plays a part and the streams. Yeah. And then some other key that is simple. Every time when you run, make sure you outpace at least 5 tax sport students. At least 5. And then why or you're in the bracket. Trained. The training was just running. Just running. Shiana, Pela. Fast forward. Eventually, we got there. Great color, say. But now, the first one wasn't about, I want to perform. I want to get that, like, I want to be, like, scouted. I was just running. So he let Daga enjoy. So it was like a vacation for me. So yeah, the coach, Little like Angelique, Engelbrecht. Again, introduced him to pie, to running. And yeah, and no, whatever Irelanga running is from her. So yeah, thank you.
So then grade 10. So through that, then that's when you move from soccer
grade 10,
to
9, yeah. So I was still playing soccer. So 9, 10, COVID happened, 11. Yeah, and then 11, I was focused more soccer fail. Then played 11, 12, gap year, so into 2021, 2022. And 2022, that's why I decided, or you know what, like, Hopala gap year, I gave like 8 months, like, effort. I was let's close the books now. Yeah, we've played. Yeah, went to trials. Meaning, I sat down, look at all my accolades, control. A lot of them get cross country. There's like, okay, players play of the year. I can see no league titles. Oh, yeah, Mara individual I can see. Did they? But cross country every year, cross country it has something. Oh, and I once got junior what district 2015 through cross country because we play provincial. So I think that points were heavier to compare to other kids. Then yeah, eventually I was in let me be a runner cross country. Then actually okay, running to an point somewhere I can actually lead. Contusa batho. I can be a mentor. Can be a pacer go running. Then I was girl a mentor. Not the tutor, not the coach. No, I haven't reached that level. I'm just supervisor type. Go to VC, just give people coffee. Yeah, don't hold the boardroom. Just give people coffee. Yeah.
So where are you now then on the running? What you said?
Okay, right now, yeah, clubs want you, but now I'm affiliated with Super Eagles, but but I branch.
Is that a club or
Yeah, it's a club.
running club?
Running club. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I branch usually. I just run wherever I just run wherever there's a path. But I run for Super Eagles. So some clubs would actually like sign you up.
So let's say there's a race, then you go, you run,
Yeah.
and then sponsored or representing.
Yeah, like a random person would just say, "Echo, like, I'm like o tabela. I can see like you're consistent, you're running. I've seen you running, like passing town and stuff like that. I have a race for you, like, but usually they don't tell you directly or they wanna sign you up. They be like, "Echo, I have a 21 race number. Don't you want it?" Bro, I bring it. And by just honoring that, meaning taking it and being there and showing up, they will eventually try and on. So I feel like it's more action than talking. So a lot of people talk or ritual, I wanna be a runner, setting goals. Then they will actually get those people signing up for races and run. But hopefully when there's more pressure when someone's signing you up because they've seen you and now you're running a 10K. Then so what's your PB? Or my PB is 50 minutes.
PB is personal best.
Personal best. Or my 50 minutes. Okay, kupala 48. So when you Hoshiana, but now the credit that they're gonna get is like I signed him up and yeah, and then Ash. So I feel like presence counts.
Being there, showing up.
Being there, showing up, yeah.
Okay. Any closing words then to
yeah, guys, like just push, Joe. And always remember you have a situation at home. Already like just push where you can. Venture in different spaces, whatever space you feel like you're comfortable with. Then yeah, be happy where you are. Yeah.
I think that last one is important, to be happy where you are.
Yeah, be happy where you are.
So that was Tlotlo here on the podcast. If there's anything you want to suggest or comment, anything that he said that you want to add on, then feel free to do so. And from us, that's it. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, thank you.